Hello everybody, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome all of you. And let me begin.
Dory's here.
My Dory, you don't know what she was teaching me. And I have so many more questions for her. As a matter of fact, I know how to take photographs now with new cell phone.
Woohoo!
Thank you, Dory. Okay, let's begin. First of all, I want to speak about the reason why New York is so great. Even for you Californians, New York is perfect. And that's the Hebrew Free Loan Society.
About the dig? Yeah.
Okay. The Hebrew Free Loan Society was founded, or at any rate, let me begin at the very beginning. I met Seymour Durst through Nan Rothschild when we were doing the commission for Goldman Sachs, and I told her about this man who has a library of great books about New York, a library of old buildings. And I said, you know, Nan, I can't call him, he's a stranger, and on top of that he's a very wealthy stranger, so I couldn't call him. But you're in a position of being an archaeologist of a dig, and it seems he has a library of buildings, old buildings in New York. And she said, what's his name? And I said, Seymour Durst. And she said, Hedy, he's my uncle. When do you want to see him? And he came down, and he taught me all the things that I needed to know about buildings and what is underneath, and so on and so on and so on. So that's that beginning. Now I'm going to tell you about the Hebrew Free Loan Society, because I have my little booklets here. Kenny, could you show them the first page? Okay?
Sure.
The picture, and I have everything here. Okay? You don't have to read. I have the reading things here. No, open it up. Oh, you don't have to open it. If we act like amateurs, it's because we are.
I have this here, that explains it, and then I have the picture.
Yes, but I have little things.
Right, and you read about the whole issue from the Bible, you read that last
time, right, right. But
Should I show the picture?
Okay.
Oh.
This explains how to go about getting an interest-free loan, which means that if you want to go to school and you can't afford tuition, and you go there, there is no interest, there are no exorbitant fees. And in the front page it says how to obtain an interest-free loan. Could I read that, Kenny?
Oh, of course.
And the people I met are amazing there. Okay, but my glasses are right here in a red case so that I don't lose them.
And while you're reading that, should I show the painting again?
And these are all the wonderful people painted there who formed this amazing group. It says, how long does it take to obtain a free loan?
Somebody just showed that it's making them cry, what you just read. Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad. Usually, okay, how long does it take to obtain a free loan? Usually no longer than a few days, but in emergencies, you can get a free loan in even less time. For prompt action, call for an appointment. Bring business cards, cancel checks, and residence and business address. And then it tells you, how do I pay back the loan? You repay what you borrowed in equal monthly installments. Is my name a matter of public record? Absolutely not. A free loan is treated as a personal, highly confidential matter. Each loan is made by check issued with a number only, so as not to reveal that it is a loan. Is the Hebrew Free Loan Society HV? Describes the society and its purpose. And that purpose is to bolster the independence, dignity, and self-respect of men and women, and to encourage that individualism which is the hallmark of democratic ideals. I do want to say something. Kenny showed you the drawings I did of the people last week, but I do want to say that I was able to sit in on the meetings, and when I think of it, I realize why we humans are allowed to stay in this earth, because there are so many people like the board members of the Hebrew Free Loan who do things with dignity and not hurting others.
Yes, you're good.
Do you want to read any comments? Except the one saying there's no sound.
That's mostly what it is comments. Except Janine says, hi, Hedy.
Hi, my Janine.
Lots of wonderful people are reporting about what's going on. Marilu is here. People are saying all good. Fran Rosenberg is also watching.
Good, good. I would like to switch over to this painting because something wonderful has been happening. And I'm dying to tell you. Can I begin?
Mm-hmm.
Do they hear me?
They hear you well enough, I'm
Wonderful.
sure, yeah.
Okay. You all know about this painting that Eric said that our work should not be a pictorial of this period of time. It should be an understanding of who we are. And because of that, he said to me, before he passed away, he said, Hedy, promise me, don't paint another painting, another person into the painting if they do not give you an explanation of how they see themselves. And he said, let's do this. Let's show the future generations that we're worth living, even if we poison the planet, even if we hurt each other, even if we carry guns, even if we do all the stupid things which are destroying us. Show the ones who don't. And nobody's in this painting who does not do good deeds. And also now the stories. They are not, nobody has been very happy about Eric's decision, who said, write who you think you are, how you see yourself. But over here in this corner, unfinished, because it's so wet that I can't put the features in, that is John Terracuso and Wendell
White.
And they're gonna have a face eventually. But at the moment, Wendell wrote not just a few sentences of how he sees himself, but he wrote the story of his life. And when I saw it, I thought, oh my goodness, that's what we should do. This is ours. It's our painting. And it seems that Wendell used to be, before he became a doctor, he decided that he was going to be an archaeologist. And he sort of did this like a time capsule, so that someday people will discover who each of us is by what we said. And that is so exciting because John has gathered all. Thank you. Here, this lady is Dory. Dory is the one who's doing the wonderful YouTube. So what he did, he decided that he was going to gather all the YouTubes that I've done and create a show. I don't know what we're gonna call it, but today, because of Wendell's story, I want the stories. And since John supposedly knows machines that I don't know, by the time that this is finished, John invents something so that you already told me about it. Maybe when you push a button on the person and the voice speaks. I'll do the painting, okay? You do that, okay? And I'm very excited. Now let me tell you who's been put in lately. This is going to be one of the first families of my Long Beach. That's Harvey Riesenberg and his wife Ellen, and Ricky, the son. And I'm going to be putting Vicky, the daughter, here, but I don't have a good photograph of her yet. I've got great photographs of these. Someday you'll see them finished. What I want to do is to tell you that many, many years ago, the Savitz family asked for help with their little boy who couldn't speak and walk. And I volunteered with my children, Joni and Kenny. And the influence of that family in us was so great that both my kids are still full volunteers in a million things. And I would like to ask you, among the good deeds you need to do, become a volunteer. Now, are there any comments you need to?
Just very sweet ones.
Good, I like them.
Yes, John Terracuso says, Hedy, I'm blushing. Amy Lauren says, Hedy, you have a free pass to mess up as much as you like. And those are the comments.
Thank you. Amy, you and I were saying we're going to change the world, remember? We were going to pay attention to the people who need somebody to speak to them.
Hey, dear folks, could you let us know how the sound is? If somebody could do that, that would be great. Just let us know when Hedy talks.
Okay.
Amy says yes to that.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. I want to talk about the fact that there are people here who, in small acts, do huge things. And in the Riesenberg family, Ellen was always there. Harvey never spoke unless he mentioned her name. She passed away. And I didn't know how to do that family without Ellen. So I called my son and I said, Kenny, how do we do that? And Kenny said, put her in anyway. And I said, but she's not alive while I'm doing the painting. And he said, so who cares? Her memory is alive. And the painting will last for years and years and years. And nobody will remember every year. So I checked with Harvey, and the lady in yellow is going to go up to be Ellen. And then I said, it was Eric who wanted me to do this painting and to show that people have done wonderful things. And Eric passed away could I put him in? And we just decided definitely, because the years don't matter, the memory of the person does. So I wanted to be near Jesse, and this is Jesse here, in the purple thing. And I think we're gonna put Eric right there so he's near him. We don't know yet, but Jesse will be here tomorrow, and he's gonna figure things out for me. Okay? And I want to talk about these two people in red who do not look like people yet, but they will, and they are. Let me just show you who they are. They are the people who began the Anchor program. Their daughter, who is a friend of mine, is going to be in the painting. And she gave me this photo, and that's going to be these two people. They began the Anchor program. Now, Penny not only gave me information on them, but I have a few articles on who they were. And I would like to encourage all of you who are in the painting or who are going to be in the painting to write according to, well, let me quote, according to Wendell and to John, we can do anything. It's our painting. Okay? Now, there are going to be, and that's where I'm going to need Jesse to help me, there are going to be a pot of elephant leaves. There's a gardener going to be in here. He's not a gardener, he's a grower. And he grows these incredible plants. And but it stopped.
It stopped while I turned it off. Yes, sorry, folks.
So at any rate, one of the people who is a close friend of this man who does these beautiful plants, and I don't know yet where they're going to be put, because this is the side of the ramp. So I only have limited space, but we'll need Jesse for tomorrow, because he's great with composition. And I have a problem because I need everybody to be in the best space. Okay? And I would like to, Hernan, I need help with him because he and Christopher sent me photographs, but they were covered with blue towels, and I want them. They're among the special people in my life. So I don't know whether I'm going to put, you see, right now, Long Beach, the city of Long Beach, is 100 years old, and the signs are going to say that. And the main people I'm going to be putting in now is, when I fell in 2018, I ended up at the Park Avenue rehab in Long Beach. And I met the people there who were so awesome. And they're going to be in here with their white coats. And I'm going to call tomorrow and find out if one of the doctors who made a powerful impression on me, and he's going to be in the painting, if I can tell the story of what I learned from him. Okay? And I think my time is up. No?
No. You can riff on whatever you want to talk about. You have 6 minutes left.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Just talk about whatever.
Oh, okay. Then let me begin. Let me go to Vienna. this wonderful man, when I was in Vienna, when Hitler came, I was not allowed to look out of the window. Nobody should know that we were hiding in our apartment. And then I heard a lot of noise, and I was only 8 years old. How could I obey the rules? So I lifted up the curtain and I looked, and I saw kids stoning a woman, throwing stones at a woman with a huge sign on her which said, "This Aryan pig buys in Jewish stores." And it's so deep in my memory. In Vienna, unlike here, when we still will not give reparations to the people who were slaves, Vienna does give reparations. And people from the city went into homes and looked where Jewish people had lived. And they put little plaques there of the names of the people, so they shouldn't be forgotten. And there's a woman who published a newspaper telling of what they do in Europe, in Vienna, to repair the damage. And I sent money to pay for any email they could send me. And one day a letter came written by people, and it said that Jewish children and Gentile children played together, had fun together until Hitler came. And then suddenly the janitor put on a uniform and made the old people lie down on the steps and scrub them, and scrub the streets. And this man, Herbert Neusiedler, wrote a letter saying, when that happened, and I said that when children were throwing stones at somebody who bought in Jewish stores, and I ran to Eric, I said, "Eric, I was there, I saw it." And Eric read it and he said, "Let's write to him right away." And I did. And we went to Vienna because Eric said, "I don't want you to hate the country that hurt you, because also there were good times." And we went back to Vienna and we found the truth, where the people were wonderful. Just like here, even when there are hate groups, there are others like this. So at any rate, this is Herbert, and this is little granddaughter, who's a beautiful child. And today I got a message from a longtime friend on the phone, and he's going to come and pose so that I can finish it next week. His name is Joey Lair. Okay? And I think that's it.
I have some comments to read.
Okay.
We had people talking about the sound. A number of people talked about the sound. Amy Lauren asked, next, have you ever placed the same person twice in a single painting, dressed differently, of course?
No.
Eric deserves to be painted twice.
Oh, I love you. Oh, I love you. Well, the only thing about Eric is he always had a dog. But I don't know if we have room for a dog. We'll see. Goodbye, all of you. I love you. And thank you.